Did you get any of your fish?
No, we don't have fish.
There's a brass fountain.
This plant right here creates a little mystery.
And this is a little miniature wetland filter, which is typical in the way that we build.
Low covering juniper takes up 20 feet of this area. And it just keeps going. That's one way not to have a hair to eat your fish. Make it a rock. I love it. Welcome to living the aquascape lifestyle. All right, so we are pulling into Stone Fence Farms, and you said they have a passion with a vineyard, huh? That is pretty cool. Big house up on the hill, vineyard in the front yard, not bad. And this is a customer you built all the way back in maybe 2013, huh, Sean?
2013, 15.
Wow, really cool. We are in Franklin, New Hampshire. I'm Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. This is my channel, Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy, and I'm traveling around with Sean Frost of Naturescape, and I get to visit beautiful aquascape ecosystem water features. Beautiful house. Do you have some wine for me? I love it.
In fact, we did have it out because April said, why don't you bring wine out?
Yeah. My wife would love it. This is, how much property do you have here?
300 acres.
300 acres. You're Ken?
I'm Ken.
I'm the Pond Guy, Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Very nice to meet you.
Especially for you.
OH. I love it.
Our grandson graduated from Ohio State.
Oh, I love it. So you knew I was a Buckeye.
Yeah, and he's also in med school there now.
Okay. And I see your aquascape water treatments.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
So Sean was thinking this was 2013, 14, right around then? That you...
2013 you built it.
Yes.
2000,
Yeah.
the year after we moved in.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the property right there, that map.
Oh, okay. This 300 acres. So you got a natural pond on here somewhere, huh?
Yeah, beaver pond.
Very
And
nice.
it's all in conservation easement.
So whose idea was it to put the water feature in?
Her.
I had cut out in Yankee magazine when we still lived in Ohio.
Oh.
And I said, if we had a small water feature there. And I said, if we ever put in a water feature, I want this guy to do it because I could tell. And kind of forgot about it. We were going to put a big pond in. So then what we did is we tried to dig the pond and there wasn't any clay. So we said, we're going to put in a water feature. So Billy, a friend of Sean's, he said, my buddy does water features. You ought to get him instead of this guy you're talking about.
And it happened to be the same guy that you saw in the magazine.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Well, let's go check this out.
Okay.
I love the stone walls. That's what the Northeast is famous for. Wow.
It looked like this was an abandoned farm, so we've been working on it for 20 years. We worked on the property for 10 years before we even built.
Wow, I love this grill area with the stonework. This is incredible. Look at the stone seating areas, and then here's the pond. And I love the location. You got 300 acres, and right outside this beautiful stone home, you have this gorgeous pond up close and personal. Look at this. Just awesome. Blooming lotus, still blooming this late in the season. I like that whole little area right there, just a little water garden area, and then just a small little sound. Listen to that. Love that waterfalls right there. I love that moss, and it just keeps going. Look at this nice creek coming all the way down. Look at this ground, low covering juniper. Just takes up probably 20 feet of this area. And this is, of course, the ultimate goal. You want to soften up the stonework. with plants. And so look at the whole side. The rocks are just almost completely covered on there. And then I love how this plant right here creates a little mystery. You can't see the source when you're sitting down at the patio. Because of this plant right here and this little twist in here, you hide the source of the waterfall. And look at this, coming right back up and close to the house. There's their living room, I'm guessing, and there's that waterfall. Wow. The thing is, you guys discover these water features on my channel at the same time that I do. Love this plant up here. Love how this right outside your living room, it looks like, huh?
That's a sunroom.
Well, that looks like a room that I would spend a lot of time
That
in.
was Sean's idea. We had just designed this, and he said, why don't you make use all of the terrain? And by putting the second water feature in, we were able to see it from the sunroom.
Right.
It made it really a great idea.
It really
It costs
is.
more money, but what the heck?
So this water feature was made to be interactive with this patio and also to be seen from the home. There's a lot of glass in the front of the home. This is an entertaining space. So we wanted a low maintenance water feature, so we have a small intake bay. This pond is about 8 by 20, so a longer, narrower pond, and that's because the elevation drops off pretty significantly on the other side of this pond, and thus that design. It's kind of a low meandering stream. They wanted a sheet falls down here at the bottom. This all has aquatic lighting. This is running an AquaSurge 4,000 to 8,000 pump. So not a lot of drop here, probably 4 or 5 different little 4-inch, 6-inch drops, but just letting the landscaping kind of blend in with this water feature. And all these stones are nice moss and lichen covered stones when we put it in, and now they've really just aged well and come in well. And this is a little miniature wetland filter, which is typical in the way that we build up underneath this tree. It's tucked in there. You know, it's probably a 3x4 area there. With this, in combination with this really long stream, it's about 45 feet long. That does a really phenomenal job. As you can see, the water clarity is excellent. So this is a secondary water feature at the same residence. It is a brass fountain that we put a AquaBlocks pump vault and just a small statutory pump. It just drizzles over the front of that, but it's made to provide interest from inside the family room and just to accent this flower garden here.
The water feature brings in tons of birds. In fact, a week ago Sunday, there was a blue heron sitting on the bench by the water feature.
Did he get any of your fish?
No, we don't have fish.
Oh, really?
No,
Okay.
no.
You don't have fish because of raccoons and blue herons.
Yeah, okay.
And a Labrador that would be in there all the time.
Your puppy?
A
Yeah.
9-year-old puppy. The yellow finches will come as a group. The other ones will leave and then they'll wait. So it's kind of like a
It's an
lineup.
ecosystem.
It is.
And you said they actually take turns?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do,
actually
they
take
do.
turns.
But that blue heron was right on that bench looking like,
He was looking for fish, but you don't have any.
just.
But they had the mosaic fish in there.
Mosaic.
I see it.
fish.
Yeah, that's one way not to have a heron eat your fish. Make it a rock. I love it. So how much yield do you get out of that?
4,000 pounds.
4,000 pounds of grapes.
Yeah.
That
And
is
it
really
takes
cool.
800 pounds to make a half a barrel of wine, which we do. We have all the equipment.
So that's what you guys make. You keep a half a barrel for yourself, and then you sell the rest of the
We
grapes.
sell the rest to Black Bear,
Ah.
which is up the hill.
Very cool.
It's fun. We don't sit well, so.
I love people that don't sit well. Let me give you one tip on plants.
Okay.
You got a tropical lily here, which is a beautiful plant, but the pot that it's in right now is the pot that you bought it in. And this plant should be 10 times this size, but it needs a pot 4 times bigger.
Okay. Okay.
and then fertilizer. So something that's very normal and common, beautiful plant. It would be all the way out here if it was a bigger pot, and you fertilize it. The tropicals need a lot of fertilizer.
Yeah.
I love this whole little water garden area here. Just exquisite with the lotus in here.
It only blooms when it's sunny between 10 and 2.
Same thing, bigger pot.
Bigger pot.
Undersized pots is the #1 challenge I see with water gardens.
Okay.
Obviously up here in New Hampshire, our tropicals and annual,
Yeah.
but for all your hardies,
And they're in a pretty big pot. So
Yeah.
They come up every year.
add soil and fertilizer every
Yeah,
year.
I think April had done that initially in the big pots, and they're fine. Yeah.
Gorgeous area though. Ah, 300 acres, your own nursery, you know, not bad. They said they searched for this property for 8 years. They started with a small water feature at their house in Ohio, and that's where they grew up, and they ended up thinking that this was a place that reminded them of their childhood when they lived in southern Illinois out in the cornfields areas. It's just incredible for me to go visit my customers and visit their customers and see how they're living the aquascape lifestyle. If you're interested in living the aquascape lifestyle, check out the link below to find a certified aquascape contractor by you. I love my job.